That's good. So Adam drummed. That's Adam right there. Callum did this 3 years ago. There's Callum 3 years ago. So tell us what we just heard in that track. You did an electric key part at the end.
Yes.
What sound is that?
Reference. That is a stock Logic plugin. Actually, most of these are because that's all I had at the time. But this is just the Logic E piano. I had originally started with the guitar, just strumming some chords. It was originally going to be like some kind of progressive metal, like Animals as Leaders style thing. Everything else, the bass, I played on the keys. The piano, I played on the MIDI controller. And same with the strings.
The strings, where did the strings come from?
Spitfire.
They're Spitfire.
They're free.
Yeah, I have those too. Talk about the drum thing that you just did.
I used Gretsch Catalina Maple snare. It's tuned.
Top and bottom are the same?
Top and bottom. No, top and bottom are like a fifth apart. And it's tuned higher than I normally would tune my drums just because of what I was using it for. It's a coated ambassador on top, single ply head, and then a single ply ambassador on the bottom as well. That's clear, obviously. But yeah, that's the snare.
Okay.
So I like, for the jazz sound, I like the single ply, which is kind of strange because not everyone agrees with me, but I like the single ply head on the snare, just because it has a lot of color and brightness, and obviously the coated is for a snare is what you want, especially if you're going to use brushes. And yeah, that's kind of why I chose the head choice, and I always tune the about a fifth from top to bottom, and then just a little bit higher kind of gives you a little bit more, I don't know, brightness. And the kick I tuned kind of just about to where you can maybe start to hear a little bit of pitch, and it's probably going to stay that way for the other track too. But the big thing with the kick that's going to change is I'm using a different beater, so I'm using like a soft fuzzy beater on the kick to get a more round soft
For the
sound.
jazz.
For the jazz stuff, yeah. And for the toms, they have the coated pinstripes on them, so those are thick, darker heads, which for jazz sound really nice. And I have those tuned so the top and bottom head are roughly the same pitch, so they're kind of natural sustain.
That long resonance,
Yeah.
which we heard so beautifully.